Hello, how are you guys? I hope you guys are doing good. Now, I saw an interesting post by Yolokazi and I thought it's very profound. She really dropped some pearls on this post. Let me just quickly read to you guys. Now, the post goes like this: How I wish all the women would do right by those girls abahamba umhlanga. The way they look down on women with kids but make the very same mistake of marrying a father of eight, thinking because they are pure they are gold. Bona they will be treated like silver and gold. No, sisi, inkinga vele kusuke ikugai. They are not choosing us because we're not bad women, but because they are the ones with issues, and they would not change because they met you, my angel. Go to school, prioritize other things over men. Let it not be that you are keeping yourself because you want to please men, because sekunjalo he will still leave you, love. Um, I thought this is very interesting, especially when you are reading this. You can see that it's not coming out from a place of disrespect, a place of looking down or on someone or anything like that. I honestly feel like she said really profound things, and we can see that this thing of young girls when they are getting married from this church, to be specific, they are choosing like not good guys, and we can't run away from that. That is to just show you the obvious that there is really something that they are not getting right when it comes to choosing. And I honestly believe that the person you choose to marry is more important than the marriage itself. So you can't just choose anyone for the sake of getting married and doing right by the books, going by the books. The person who you choose to spend the rest of your life with is important than the marriage itself. And I don't think that these young girls, they really look deep into that. They just, if I get someone who pays the full bride price for me and I get to do things accordingly, according to the book, then all is well. And that is far from the truth. you know the person who you choose, you are going to have to consider that you have to spend the rest of your life with, and understand as to why are they choosing you. Are they choosing the virginity in you, or are they choosing the woman in you? Because a lot of these men, they would choose these young girls just because they're pure and they just want to deflower. And in this certain church, it is allowed for them to do that. Men are allowed to take as many wives as they want. So that is why they would go back and choose another virgin after deflowering the other one. They will go and choose the other one. So that is why I say it's very important who you choose as your lifetime partner. And this post by Yolokazi, it's really deep, and it's eye opening. If you look at it, it's very eye opening. And she says that, let me just quickly see, the older women, she says that I wish the older women would do right by those girls, meaning the women who are like mothers to these kids, who test them. There's a whole process on behind that. The women who are supposed to guide virgins, amachichi, they are supposed to give them advices babaluleke about virginity, why you should keep yourself. And honestly, I don't think um they're going deep on it. They're just scratching the surface. You should keep yourself for your husband so that you get married to a good husband. But like, they don't go deep as to what kind of a husband are you supposed to look for. And the keeping yourself part, I don't think you should keep yourself for your husband. I don't think you should keep yourself because you want to get married to a husband. I honestly think remaining pure is it should be a solely decision that involves you. It's for your good, it's for your benefit, and it's also to honor God. If you do that, you are safe, because when you honor God, you honor yourself. God is a reflection to you. So when you honor him, you are honoring yourself. I rather keep it that way. Not for, if your husband finds you a virgin and you're still pure, that is a bonus for him. But it shouldn't be the main reason as to why you are keeping yourself pure because you want to get married to a husband. Excuse, excuse me. So Yolokazi did say really profound things that I honestly think that young girls who are still pure and women in general can learn a thing or two on it, especially young girls who are still pure and keeping themselves. Listen to this. A thing that has kept me sane and kept me where I am is that I learn from other people's mistakes. And I was once told by my pastor that whatever you're laughing at, don't laugh at a person who's like you. You are laughing at another woman, and you are a woman. You have a womb. You're laughing at her because she got pregnant. You are a woman yourself. You have a womb. What you are laughing at is right behind you. So the best thing that you can do is to learn from other people's mistakes. What is the mistake that they made? What is it, so that you will be able to avoid it. So the best thing that I have done for myself is to learn from other people's mistakes. Don't look at a woman who is a grown-up woman when she's telling you advices and telling you things. Don't look at her as like, oh, it's coming from a place of, she's jealous and stuff. They know what they're saying. They have been there, done that. So they know what they're saying. They know why they're telling you this. So this is not disrespect or jealousy, but it is to open your eyes, that avoid this. This is the mistake that I made. Avoid this. Now, the second point is that I don't think that young virgins are told the truth of what virginity is about. What is virginity? What is purity? The depth of that. What does it mean? Because a young of these girls, they just go to whoever when they choose it, when someone comes and marry them. What is the depth of that? What I've learned and research is that virginity is priceless. It's far precious than rubies, pearls, gold, silver, all combined. Your virginity is priceless because you only get it once in a lifetime. You can always get a pearl, you can always get a gold, you can always get a silver, but you can never get another virginity. It only comes once in a lifetime. So I don't think that these mothers, these guidance who are supposed to guide virgins, they tell them about that. Tell them the truth. What is it about? Do a thorough research about virginity, purity. What does it mean to you as a being? What are the spiritual aspects of it? What are the physical aspects of it? Because even when you look at it logically, not even religious, not even on a religious perspective or spiritual perspective, but when you look at it, even just learning about it in general, if you can even ask Google, what happens during intercourse? Google will tell you that there are several chemicals that are released, including the bonding chemicals like oxytocin, dopamine. What it is? What is this? There are a lot of chemicals that are released. So when you are doing this thing, you're not just doing it because of pleasure. There are a whole lot of different things that are involved. If we touch on the spiritual perspective, it can take the whole day, but it's the truth. It is the truth. There is a bonding chemical that happens whether you like it or not. That is why you can't forget the person that you have ever came across in an act of that sort. You never forget that person, no matter how intoxicated you were, how drunk you were. If you have came across a person and did that thing, you will never forget that person. They stay in your life like a print, like a footprint or a print of some sort. They leave that DNA. It's more than just a pleasure. It's more than just pleasure and enjoying yourself. It's a whole different level, especially when you take it on a spiritual level. It's a whole different thing. Now, there are a lot of chemicals that are released. Now, this is not something that these mothers tell these young kids. They have to know. They have to know the how and the why part. Why should you keep yourself? They have to know the core of it. Now, these mothers would just scratch the surface and tell them that Stay away from boys. Boys will impregnate you and leave you. Find yourself a man who will marry you, pay a full bride price. Da, 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 da. They don't tell them the truth. What is virginity? Why should you keep yourself? What is that about? What are the benefits of being pure? What are the spiritual benefits of being pure? They should know that, so that they know the gold that they have, the priceless possession that they possess, what it means, so that they don't trade it however, you know. So you have to know these things, especially young girls who are still pure. Even when you're not pure, learn about purity. There are benefits, spiritual benefits that are attached to it. If you are still pure and a virgin, there are a lot of benefits that are still attached to that. Like, there are lots. Even some cultures, even in certain cultures, there are practices that are done that requires women or young girls who are still virgins. There are practices that should be done accordingly. But there is the person that is wanted is a person who is still pure. There is a reason for that. So when you are pure, you're not only pure in the physical state, but you're also pure spiritually. So when you are pure, there are different channels that are opened. You are open to different channels. You have a certain authority and anointing to certain things. When you are pure, you are sacred. So that should tell you a lot. But most importantly, do a research for yourself so that you can know these things for yourself. I did my research. Guys, when I tell you, I'm a very curious person, and it helped me to have a relationship with God because I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions, especially the why and the how part. I ask questions. And in my prayers, there are times where I don't just pray and, I'm just like, oh, spiritual and stuff. But I ask God, why are you saying this in the Bible? Why did you say this in the Bible? Why did you say that we should remain pure? What is the reason? God will answer you. One way or the other, He will give you the answers that you are seeking. I asked Him why. And this is what I came to. I did a thorough research. I didn't know that there are chemicals called oxytocin to a human being, bonding chemicals. I didn't know that. Oxytocin is known as love hormone. It is released during sexual arousal and orgasm, promoting feeling of trust, intimacy, and bonding. Do you understand the power of these three words? Trust, intimacy, and bonding. Do you understand the depth of that? It's not just pleasure. You are creating trust with a person who you call a one-night stand. You are creating intimacy, the depth of it. You are bonding with this person that you're not married to. And this is what God is trying to tell us when He says that these things should be done within the boundaries of marriage. But because things happen the way they happen, people choose the other way around. We have the results that we have today. But God knew and knows why He told us not to do it outside of marriage. But when you are being pure, even a person who decides to be celibate, there are benefits attached to that. I know a guy who goes by the name of this normal boy. I watched that guy's journey when he was starting, when no one was like applauding him for doing what he's doing now. I'm just making as an example here, and I hope you guys know this normal boy. He goes by that name. Now that man is super rich. When he started that journey of remaining pure and being celibate, a lot of men were laughing at him. Why are you doing this? Get yourself a girl. They were laughing at him. Look at him today. Look at him today. The things that he has, priceless. I'm telling you. I would look at the comment section. Like, it dates way back. I used to follow this guy like way back, like 2023. I used to follow him like it dates way back. And I watched his journey when he was starting. Now he's at his peak. He did not drop the ball. He will always post videos celebrating himself that, oh, it's been a year and I'm celibate. And he would applaud himself for that, take himself out, reward himself that I'm doing a good thing. Look at him today. A lot of these young men who were laughing at him, they are now following him. They are now applauding him. Wow, man, you did something like this. Wow, it's odd. It's not odd. It's consistency. And it's understanding why are you doing certain things. For young girls out there, understand these things. Read about intimacy. It's not just exchange of bodily fluids. It's more deep than that. Understand that for you, for yourself. Understand you have your gadgets. Search about these things. What is the spiritual aspects of it? Learn about these things so that you know that when you go out there, you know that this thing is priceless. I'm not going to give it to just anyone who comes to me and pay the bride price, but I give it to the deserving one who will love me wholeheartedly, respect me, love God. Don't just choose a father of 8. Why are you choosing a father of 8? Why are you choosing a father? Like, guys, come on. Let's be honest here. It's very important. Even being streetwise, these old women, they don't tell you young girls about the importance of being streetwise. You don't know it. You just go out there in the streets and you just choose anyone. Be streetwise. It's very important. Your selection is very important. I'll make a video one day to show you that to show you the reason why women who have kids, they get best men, they get good men. I would tell you one day why is that. And these young girls who are virgins, they end up with father of 8. They end up with a man who's still legally married. I will tell you one day. But for now, I would just leave it like this. Do let me know what you think in the comment section, guys, about this.